Hey guys, Silver House bidding you welcome. This is the 2019 January Bookfest haul. You can probably already see a lot of the stuff. We grabbed a lot of stuff this week, and I still have stuff piled up around me. I have been so busy this last week, just preparing for everything. I've just been... Hold on. Yeah. That was odd. I heard a tapping sound and thought it might have been someone knocking at my door. I don't know what's going on around here. I've been busy, super busy. I actually scheduled a week off for Bookfest because I was so far behind on everything and there was so much I wanted to do. If anybody doesn't know, like I recycle cans and bottles and stuff. I had like $100 worth of those to cash in, and it's like I basically had to dedicate an afternoon to going out and doing that. I had a bunch of stuff that I listed on Gumtree and sold, so I had to be at home to get that stuff done. I had work as usual, so I was just like, enough. I have stuff to fix around the house. I fixed the taps in my shower. I replaced the aerator in my kitchen. I've been busy, man. So basically I decided enough is enough. I'm taking the next week off of work. I was going to take Saturday and Sunday off anyway. So I have the next week off, so I should be able to get some real good game hunting in, and probably going to film a game hunting video and go to the beach. So that'll be fun. Alright, enough banter. You guys want to see video games, right? That's what you want to see. You don't want to hear about ghosts in the walls, or broken aerators, or leaky shower heads. You don't want to hear about how I got scolded. And changing the shower head was rough. I know to turn off the hot water system, but then it sounded like it backed up, and I was like, oh no, I have to do this quick. So I ran to the shower, quickly turned off everything, took out the nozzle, ripped out the spindle, put in the new what's it called? It's not a nut or a bolt, it's a, what is it? It's just like a little plastic fitting. It fits in the spindle, and it allows water not to seep through. You should have seen the other one. It was like down to like the little plastic thing. Like this one was way better. So I placed that, got it fixed. And yeah, turned the water back on, stopped leaking. Saved myself a couple $100 on a call out from a plumber. That's money that goes back into the video game collection, man. That's what paid for this stuff, so... Let's get going. As always, Bookfest is separated into 3 sections. The high quality section, the $2.50 section, which actually does deliver what it promises, and the $1 section, which also delivers what it promises. Everything in the $2.50 section is, as the title states, $2.50, same with the $1 section. Stuff in the high quality section is individually priced, so you can find really good stuff on the cheap there, because they do have a blanket pricing system even in the high quality section, like all DVDs in there are $5, something like that. But you can also get burnt, and I got burnt. So I always start off in the high quality section because in all the years previous, Nintendo Wii, Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, Nintendo DS, PSP, PlayStation 1, 3DS, PlayStation Vita, all in the high quality section. Also, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Wii U, all in the high quality section. So I figure, okay, they keep the PlayStation 2, the Xbox stuff, and the GameCube stuff, if they have any at all, in the $2.50 section. So it's like, okay, I can get 3 kinds of things in the $2.50 section or I can start in the high quality section and get potentially 10 kinds of things. So I figure I'll play the numbers, that's where I will go. I went to the high quality section first. I started looking around, and as I was looking around, I was doing really well. This is the first lot of stuff I saw. Went straight to the DVDs, people were running. It's crazy, man. You get there at 7:30, people are insane. You know, Bookfest, it's a big charity festival, like a big op shop. They dump all the shit from their warehouse just in there, and you go in and looking through stuff. On the very first day, as soon as they open at 7:30 a.m., it's a madhouse. So I went in and I found at least 2 times as many Nintendo DS games as this, but they only had a small DS selection. All the DS games just in one pile. They had maybe 30 max, most of them junk, or maybe 50 max, which is a lot. But when you consider, okay, 40 of those are junk, I figured, okay, these are $4 each. I'll grab the ones I want. I grabbed Professor Layton in the Curious Village, Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood, that's one for the collection, Animal Crossing Wild World, that is to sell, and Rooms, the main building, which is also for the collection. 4 good DS titles for $16 total. But I also grabbed Pokemon Diamond, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Explorers of Sky, which is a crazy expensive game, or Explorers of Time, one of them. Mario Party DS, Mario Kart DS, and when I got all of those up to the counter, I was like, okay man, I'll quickly check these, just to make sure they're in there. Mario Kart, not got the game in it. Mario Party, it's got brain training in it. Pokemon Diamond, it's got nothing in it. The other one had nothing in it. So I was like, I'm not even going to complain, just put these aside. I'm in a rush, I need to get going. But I was very annoyed because, you know, these volunteers will throw a price tag on something, but they won't open it up to see if it's in there. That makes no sense to me. Also, I found in there some PlayStation Vita stuff. Never found Vita stuff there before. We have the Sly Trilogy, great deal for $4. And Borderlands 2, good game on the Vita. Reviews are very strict on it, but it's a portable version of Borderlands 2. It's as good as it's gonna get. Also found 2 good PSP titles, and I wasn't even really looking at them because when you're there's so many people around you. I'm telling you, in 3 minutes that I was in the high quality section, it became packed. It was full. Completely full. You could not walk, you could not get through. I just had to barge through to get through after I figured out what I figured out. But I grabbed 2 PSP games. We have The City of Final Fantasy and Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII. These are Japanese copies. They do not play in English. But as you're going through, you just see, oh yeah, The City of Final Fantasy, grab. You just don't have time to look through this stuff, but I will be keeping these just because they're cool variants, and this has different artwork from my one, which is kind of cool. Like, you can see, what's his name? You can see Zack on this one, but you can't really see him on this one. It's kind of interesting. And this one, just to keep it. It's always good when you can find stuff for the collection. So I would have liked to get copies of those to sell instead, because I do technically already have them. After that, I was like, okay, I found some DS games, I found some PSP games. I'm not really seeing any Xbox 360 or Wii stuff, but I'll keep looking through the DVDs. There's a lot of DVDs here, maybe they're under some piles, I'll just keep looking. I took a glance at the CDs real quick, saw some PlayStation 1 games, went, awesome, I will look through those PlayStation 1 games, and I saw $5 each, Spider-Man Enter Electro, Tony Hawk Skateboarding. I made the rookie mistake of listing this and selling it before I got the disc resurfaced. So I will need to wait until Wednesday to ship this out because I need to resurface this disc before I send it out. I'm not going to send someone a scratched up disc. What I did is I listed it for more than what I thought it would sell for. I listed it for $30 free shipping, and it sold like immediately, and I was like, ah, fuck! The next Tetris, that's one for my own collection. I don't have this. Always good to get PS1 games for your collection, man. Always good. The Dukes of Hazzard Racing for Home, featuring the voice of Waylon Jennings. Oh, baby, that's cool. It looks like it has 3D versions of the Dukes of Hazzards, which just sounds really fun. I'll enjoy playing this. This is a cool find. Resident Evil 2. I sold my copy for 35 bucks. This is in better condition than my copy. Judge Dredd. I think I paid like £15 for this when I was in the UK. I got it for 5 bucks. All it needs is a new case. I'll be selling that one as well. OG Tomb Raider. Die Hard Trilogy 2, which is one for my own collection. I have the first game, but I only have this one loose disc. And another copy of Tony Hawk's Skateboarding. So nothing amazing, like there wasn't any, like I think Resident Evil 2 is probably the best game there. There were no RPGs like last year, there were no, there were no Spyros or Crash Bandicoots or stuff like that. The stuff you really want for the PS1. But you know, it's at the point where PlayStation 1 games, they're hard to find in the thrifts anymore, man. In the op shops, you just don't see them. So whenever you find them, even for 5 bucks each, and they're not great titles, you just pick them up. That's the collection. So after that, I continued looking through the DVDs, and I wasn't finding games, which I thought was very strange. It kind of hit me slowly, what hit me. But I was still finding, like, Beachbody Insanity, Tap Out sets, stuff like that, for 5 bucks each. So I was like, okay, yeah, I am finding stuff. It doesn't matter if it's video game related or not. I'm finding stuff to sell. But then, it kind of hit me like a brick. Like, I was slowly coming on the realization, and then as soon as I realized, I went, oh, damn! I just kind of thought, what if they've moved PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and Nintendo Wii stuff all to the $2.50 section? And as soon as that hit me, I had a quick glance of all the DVDs and stuff. I had a quick glance at everyone around me, and I was like, I gotta get out of this high quality section. It's time to get out of here, time to hit that $2.50 section. So I went real quick to the registers. I paid for this stuff. I looked in those cases and I went, fuck, this is missing. Fuck, this has the wrong game in it. Fuck, this is missing. Fuck, you people are useless. Why did you put this out? But I had no time to be angry. So I had to get to the $2.50 section and continue looking. So I got to the $2.50 section, and this might have been 10 to 15 minutes into Bookfest. 10 to 15 minutes in, and everything was gone. The stuff you're seeing, this is scraps of the scraps. This is stuff that there were so many resellers, scalpers, dealers there that I could not get the good stuff. You know, I asked one guy what he got because I saw people I recognized. We're kind of, we're not mates, but we're friendly. I said, what kind of stuff did you get? And he's like, oh yeah, I found a couple copies of Pikmin on the GameCube, about 10 copies of Mario Kart Wii, bunch of Mario Galaxies, and I'm like, say no more, the blood is boiling, I'm gonna flip a gasket. I should have started in the $2.50 section. I really should have started there, but it's okay. I used the knowledge up here. What we got were scraps, but they were good scraps. You know, it's like when the lions make a kill. They take what they want, they leave the scraps, but they're leaving the good stuff. They're not eating the organs, they're not eating the bone marrow, they're not getting the really good stuff on the animal, they're just eating what they know to eat. So for $2.50 each, we got some software sets. I always do well on these. Windows Vista Home Premium, probably about 40 bucks. Already sold this. Windows 7 Home Premium, $50 bill. All day long. Office Mac. And the rest of these, they have gone down in price, but I'm hoping to get between $30 and $40 each for them. So we have Office Home and Student. 3 copies of that. Yeah, nobody picks those up anymore. But I still do well on them when I do find them. They used to be worth more, but I still do well on them. And Microsoft Office Professional 2007, which is the better one to get, just because it has more software on it. So after that, I'm looking through, and I found something. I found something that made the whole trip worth it. Borat DVD and Mankini. That's cool, man. Borat's a great movie. I don't care what anyone says. People call it crass. People call it offensive. It's hilarious. And the country within it is a fake country, so you're not being mean to any specific country at all. That's just a cool find. Can you imagine if they try to make Borat these days? My god. But we got the rest of this stuff. It's all good stuff, but it's not as good as it could have been. Like, this could have been 10 copies of Mario Kart, 5 copies of Mario Galaxy, bunch of copies of Smash Brothers, stuff like that, but what we did get was still good stuff. Lemmings for the PSP, that's one for the collection. Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories for the PSP, I'm selling that one. Not really sure what they go for. But $2.50 each on this stuff, I thought, yeah, good enough price. Grabbed a few copies of this, just because I was grabbing the other software sets. Microsoft Office 2003 Home and Student. You only really get $15-20 for these, but they do sell. They're a hard sell, but I've always sold them eventually, so they'll be good to keep. You know, someone that gets a computer with Windows XP on it, they're just gonna go, okay, well, I want to use it for writing and stuff. I'll just get a software pack for $15 online. Burnt myself on this one. World of Tanks Xbox 360 edition. I thought it was worth about $20. It's only about a $10 game. Not worth anything anymore. A couple of good ones. Simpsons Road Rage. Good game. $2.50. Can't go wrong. Mortal Kombat Armageddon on the Wii. $2.50. Cannot go wrong. Awesome game. This has a lot of weird, like, this has Mortal Kombat kart racing. It's got weird stuff like that. You can, like, create a fatality in this one. It's really interesting. Yeah, they really just memed it up with that one. Ratchet and Clank. Can't go wrong for $2.50. Great game. Fahrenheit, the original Xbox. Not worth a damn penny. It's a great game. This is one of the ones that really got me into, like, the stories of video games, because it's a David Cage game, but it's not quite as bad as his other games. It's not like Heavy Rain, where it's like you're barely playing a video game at all. There's actual gameplay within this one. Story at the end falls apart, though, as David Cage games always do. One for my collection. I did not have this. I've been looking for a cheap copy forever. Crash Tag Team Racing. Awesome game. It's been chasing a cheap copy because I know it's everywhere. Couple of copies of GTA San Andreas. I always get $10 for them. $2.50 to $10. That's fine with me. I'm trying more of the, like, selling locally kind of thing, so I might see if I can sell those just locally for $10 each. It's like, I know a lot of people like CM Retro have great success with that, with selling consoles locally, so I'll definitely try that more. It might be a better option for stuff that only goes for like $10. You know, you can sell it for 10 and have someone come and pick it up for you instead of shipping it out. Lego Star Wars Complete Saga. Not really worth anything anymore. One for my collection, Tony Hawk's Project 8. I'm looking for all the Tony Hawk's games. I don't remember if this is one of the good ones. I got a few copies of this. Wii Sports Resort. This has had a resurgence. It's worth 15 to 20 now. Definitely pick them up when you see them, guys. The movies. This was one of the ones that I just had knowledge that it had value. So this is worth about $30. For $2.50, really good. These are one of the few first ones I found. Like stuff like people were just scooping every Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 game. And then when they had a full basket, they would go off, they would look up if they were worth anything. Anything that wasn't worth anything, dump it back on the pile of DVDs. That's what they were doing. And it was annoying, but it's just the way Bookfest is. 2 copies of Black Ops. I should have looked these up, to be honest. They're just not worth what they once were. Computer Exchange used to give you about $8 each for these. Now they only give you $4. $4 each, but $2.50 to $4. I'm still not losing anything, I'm just not really making much. Jak 2 Renegade, I thought this was just kind of cool because I opened the case and I saw this item is property of the Cancer Council Queensland. Was this in like a clinic or something? Did dying children play this game? Oh my god, that's staying in the collection. Like, weird stuff like that, you cannot put a value on this. This is worthless, but also worth $1 million in my mind. I love stuff like that. Also, one of the first ones I found that made me hopeful for the $2.50 section. Gauntlet Dark Legacy on the GameCube. Never see GameCube games out in the wild, man. Never. You ever notice that? Like, the GameCube sold decently, but you just never find GameCube games. That's complete in there. Good condition. One of the guys I saw told me this was a rare game, so maybe it is, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I have it on the PS2, so that'll be to sell. Another copy of Wii Sports Resort, another $15 in my pocket. Just Dance 2014. I am buying these because the missus loves the Just Dance games. When she comes over, she can play them. Another copy of Wii Sports Resort, another $15. This was a cool find. I wasn't expecting to find any of these. 4K Ultra HD, the Lego Movie, the Blu-ray. It's interesting how these come with like the 4K disc, but also the Blu-ray disc. It's interesting. And nobody grabbed this, so I grabbed it myself. I thought $2.50 for an Ultra 4K HD Blu-ray, whatever these are called. Sure, why not? It's not really worth anything. You might get like $10 for it online. Wild Wild Racing, not worth anything, but a cool game. One I wanted for my collection. I think that's filming. Shot of the crotch to make sure. Yep, that's filming. Now that I've scared away the non-true fans. Don't you love it when the video cuts off and you're talking to a phone that's been on just off for the last 2 minutes? Makes me feel like a fucking tool. Let's refilm this and forget that ever happened, I guess. Okay. Continuing on, Wild Wild Racing. Not supposed to be any good, but it's one I didn't have for my PlayStation 2 collection, and I'm always looking for stuff I don't have, so give it a go. Give it a go. That's the Aussie spirit. You give it a go and you see how it is. And if it's crap, you put it on a shelf. Let it sit there. It's like a timeout for bad games. Another copy of the movies. This one for PC. This one has like 4 discs. It's a lot. Still cool. $30 in my pocket. Iron Man 2. That's about $15. It's a weird game. It's not very good at all, but it is interesting. You fight really, really big enemies in it. I actually really like the first game in this. It's only like 3 hours long, so you can finish it super fast. And if you get a copy for $15, that's like $5 an hour. What kind of entertainment can you get for $5 an hour? Come on. Resident Evil 4. Not really worth anything, but for $2.50, it's a $10-15 game. Couple of Xbox games. This is always a good one to have. I usually get $20 for this, but this one is missing the manual and how's the disc? The disc is fine. So this one will be about $15, which isn't a lot of money, but you know, 15 here, 15 there. SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom. Supposedly a great game. People do like speedruns of it. Speaking of great games, like, I was never interested in playing SpongeBob as a kid. I was more interested in playing The Punisher. I remember seeing this in the magazines when it was coming out. This looked like a great game. Like Mad Max, but with more gore and violence. That's totally up my arsenal. Arsenal? No. I don't know. Words! We got some Need for Speed Underground 2 on the PC. People pass up PC games. They just don't know. They see PC games, they go, it's not worth anything. Cover that product code. I don't know if someone's stealing that on me. Now, can you just use a product code again and again and again like this? I don't know. I've never actually known. Like, I guess if your computer broke down and you had to get a new computer, you could just install this back onto the next computer, right? You just need the product code. That makes sense to me. I could be completely wrong. There are a couple of Disney DVDs that I know are worth something. Usually DVDs are worthless, but anything with the Walt Disney Animation Collection label is usually worth a little bit. This is worth about 10 to 15. It's one I would like to watch. I dig the classic animation. I think it's a lot of fun. It's cool to see things that are made by people who are all dead. Like, anybody who worked on any of these is dead by now, so it's like you're seeing history. It's like a DVD version of visiting the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Another Just Dance game. Just Dance Kids. One for the missus. It has The Lion Sleeps Tonight. I'll be dancing to that one. I love that song. Awimboe, awimboe, awimboe. That's a great song, man. Remember Ace Ventura? He has sex to that song? What a weird dude. Predator Concrete Jungle. This is a great game. Similar to The Punisher, I remember this coming out because I loved Predator as a kid. Predator was just this awesome movie about these big, burly men just getting struck down by this killer alien. Awesome movie, awesome game. You want that? Check it out on my eBay, it'll be up there. I think I already have a copy of that. We shall see. Tamagotchi Party On. Oh no. When you're grabbing stuff, you're not really concerning too much. Mario Kart for the Wii. It's a $30 game. I get copies of it every now and again. I don't have this in my collection. I just don't see a point. It's one of those games, I would rather have the $30 I could get for it than the ability to sit down and play it. So I have Mario Kart for 64, I have Mario Kart for the GameCube, I have Mario Kart for the Wii U, I have it for the DS and 3DS. Why do I need it for the Wii? Sometimes it's better to take the money and run. This was a really cool find, and this is the last game I found in the $2.50 section. We're going cruising, baby. All through the night. To the beach. To the Alps. This is a cool game. I was trying to think of something to rhyme, but I could only think of scalp. We'll go and find some kelp. Okay, let's continue on here. Let's not embarrass ourselves too much. We're handy men, but we're not rapping men. Cruisin'. This is a game that a lot of people would look at and go, Cruisin', it's a racing game, whatever, put it back. This is a great game. I played this illegally. Now I have a legit copy, which is awesome. This will be going in my own collection. This is in pretty good condition. Daniel Bryan, how dare you put your signature on your games? You throw a good drop kick, mate, but don't be writing on the games. Yeah, This is just a really good arcade racing game. All of the cruising games are. They're made by Midway. Midway knows how to make good arcade games. Plus, I think it has some value. Like, the only ones I could find online were, like, between $20 and $40, so it has some value. $2.50, you can't go wrong. Take another sip. Take a sip. Well, the people you watch on YouTube edit that out? Amateurs. From there, we went to the... Calm down, I'm not attacking you. We went to the $1 section. And the $1 section, they've had DVDs in the past, like, that's in the past, like 2010, was where they used to keep all of the PlayStation 1 games. And when I went there a couple of times in the past, they stopped stocking them there, so I just went, $1 section isn't worth going in. But because I had found scraps in the other sections, I thought, okay, we'll check out the $1 section. I've got the day off. I'll dedicate some time to this. I'll waste some time. I started looking through the $1 DVDs, and the $1 DVDs are the ones that are super scratched up. And I was just going, yeah, DVDs, junk, really old software, whatever. I found these and thought I'd grab them, because, like, okay, Norton 360, it's time to update the antivirus on the computer. I'll buy these and install them. So I thought, okay, yeah, that's still a good find. They're good for up to 3 PCs worth, so I'll probably get some use out of them. Yeah, these are actually pretty good, though. I opened one and I found another disc for Microsoft Office Home and Student, so if I ever find the box but not the disc, I can use that. I thought, okay, that is kind of a cool find. Like, protection online is a good investment, so I don't want anybody taking my info, that's for damn sure. So that's probably something you shouldn't cheapskate on, because I'm sure, like, if you have this, someone could hack into it in minutes, because this is from 2008. But whatever. Did I just give away that my PC is easily hackable? Yeah. But we found some stuff in the $1 section. We found video games. But first a DVD. The best of BBC Earth. This is really cool. This has 14 discs in it. Actually, it only has 9 because if something is missing a disc as well, they'll sell in the $1 section. But still, we have 9 discs here of documentaries. Why not? These are really good too. They're like movie length. It's really easy to just sit down, digest, and watch and have fun watching. Something else that was cool to find, I plan to send this to Cinema Sickness, who is a guy that makes YouTube videos. I really like his videos. He goes out like DVD hunting every day. And like, he only buys movies and like books and toys and stuff. He always passes up on video games. So whenever I see a video game, I'm like, why'd you pass up on that? That's worth whatever. And I saw a video and he actually introduced me to these. They are things I never ever see, and he never ever sees. They're so rare and hard to find. It's near impossible to put like a number of these that are actually out there, because you don't know how many was made in a particular run, you know? But if you do find one of these, pick them up, because they're just cool. It is a movie CD of Red Scorpion. This is a DVD for your Windows 95 computer. That's awesome. This will only work on Windows 95. If you have anything else, it won't work. XP won't work, it's not compatible. Windows 99, 98, won't work, not compatible. So on your PS2, disk read error, I don't know what you're putting in here, mate. I don't know what kind of weird shit you're watching. It's not gonna fly on this system. You need to install Windows 95 onto your computer and put this disc in for it to play the movie. I think he has like 3 of these, and he has like tens of thousands of movies in his collection. But he never finds these, so that's it. It's got all of this artwork in there. I messaged him on Twitter, said, "Do you have this?" He said, "No, I don't." I'm just gonna send it to him. He has provided me with a lot of entertainment over the years. I just need to get this case back in there correctly. He has provided me with a lot of free entertainment over the years in his videos. He makes a video every single day, and he's been doing that for a decade. He's just one of those guys that doesn't have a whole lot of subs. Like, he has more than what I do. I'd like to have over 1,000, 3,000 subs, but he's just not someone that gets a whole lot of attention on his videos, which is a shame because like he does put a lot of effort into his videos. So definitely check him out. And yeah, Red Scorpion Movie CD, Cinema Sickness. This is coming your way, son. Always happy to help out a fellow tuber. I'll save that one to last because it's the coolest. So we bought some more games. God damn, how many games did you buy, you bloody addict? A lot. These are $1 each, so I thought, okay, some of these have a few scratches, but for $1 each. Tony Hawk's Underground 2, one for my collection. Tony Hawk's American Wasteland, I will need to check. Gun, really good game. You can get this on 360 as well. Tenth Man's Hand. I think this was a fun game. I remember playing one of these. Yeah, it's a first-person shooter. It's kind of fun. I remember it being good. And you can do co-op with it. Driver 3. I love Driver 3. People hate Driver 3. I think it was ahead of its time. Another copy of American Wasteland. It was $1. It trades in for like $4. $1 to $4. Why not? Worms 4 Mayhem. And what I think is a Wii case. But hey, Worms 4 Mayhem, that's a fun game. Medal of Honor Frontline. I love historical like first-person shooters where you actually get to experience something that was in the war. Like I think you stormed the beaches of Normandy in this one. Yeah, that's what it says. Storm the beaches of Normandy. So I remember that being a lot of fun back in the day. Grand Theft Auto, Liberty City Stories. $1 each. Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb. I'll need to check my collection for this. It's an ex-rental, but it's a good placeholder until I get a better copy. As long as it works. Really fun game. Like one of the last really good LucasArts games. Backyard Wrestling. Is this the one with Insane Clown Posse in it? I think that might be Backyard Wrestling 2. Duel Masters in one of the worst PS2 cases I've ever seen. Someone's bloody pet devil got at this. Limited edition! Dead or Alive 2. Great game. Seriously, Dead or Alive 2, great game. One that has some value, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. About $20 game. Probably a really good game too. The PlayStation 1 and 2 versions of this are really good, so this is probably pretty good too. I might keep that one. Beyond Good and Evil, not in its original case, but disc is actually pretty good on this one. Yeah, disc is minty on that one, it was just in the wrong case. Really fun game. Jack 3. Not from the Cancer Council, unfortunately. I was going to leave this one behind. Prince of Persia Rival Swords on the Wii because it was in this janky case, but I opened it up and I saw, oh, okay, it's got Prince of Persia on it and Lego Batman. That's like 50 cents each for Wii games, why not? A GameCube game! Winnie the Pooh's Rumbly Tumbly Adventure! It will be a donor case. Tony Hawk's Underground 2. From Simpson. Jordan Simpson. Is that the name of the guy I bought his collection years ago? If anybody remembers a really old video, there's a really old video where I buy this guy's childhood collection from a cash converter store, and it has like notes inside of it saying good job on your schoolwork or thanks for being nice, stuff like that. That might be one of his games. I'll have to check my collection and see if this is one of his games. That would be an amazing coincidence. That's like, stuff like that is just real history. Microsoft Office Professional Edition 2003. $1. $1 to 15 bucks, why not? And the 3 best games. This is the next rental, unfortunately. Evil Dead: A Fistful of Boomstick. Still cool game to find. And the last 2. Probably the best 2. Actually, definitely the best 2. First up, I didn't think I'd ever see one of these again. It's been so long since I've seen one of these in the wild. I think I've found these games in the wild. Like, you see them at game stores and like game booths at markets and stuff. But to find them in the wild on the cheap, I just never see them. For $1 Australian, The Need for Speed on the Sega Saturn. You can buy it for 30 bucks online, but that doesn't really matter because it's super, super rare. Like, you just never see Saturn games. When you ever see Sega Saturn games just in op shops and stuff? You know, it's been years. Like, it's so far back I can't even remember. I think in 2012, an op shop opened near me and I went in and found a pinball game for Saturn one time. I can't think of any other times. That's it. And that was in a janky case, didn't have the manual. Thick thing it is. The game and a, like a demo disc, which is kind of cool. Yeah, even the case says Electronic Arts on it. That's cool. That's like as original as it gets. I say I never see PlayStation 1 games anymore. I never see Sega Saturn games. Full stop. That's a cool thing to find. And another cool thing to find. I found a copy of this last month. And I found another copy. The other copy I found, it was $2. It was a PAL copy. It didn't have a manual. This copy, it is complete. It was only $1. And it is NTSC. Jurassic Park Operation Genesis on the original Xbox. $1 Australian. Complete. Complete and in pretty good shape. The only thing is the disc. The disc is not bad. It just has a few like marks on it. But if that was in the $2.50 section, they would have scooped that up immediately. The only reason I found this was because it was in the $1 section, and that's so cool. Now I have 2 copies of this that I found in a month. Yeah, just awesome to find. Complete. I have this for the PlayStation 2, so this will be up for sale or trade. Anybody wants that? $40. Yeah, I have to make a profit on it. But it's a fair price. People online ask $80. I'll ask $40. Just for you guys. Alright. That was it for Bookfest. I have a little bit of other stuff to show. Some really cool stuff, actually. I have DS RPG, a PlayStation 1 RPG. Some cool stuff, just... we'll leave that for another time. It also gave me this, a coupon. We'll see. Alright, that'll be it. See when I bid you guys farewell. Get the hell out of here. I'm tired of talking to yous. Bye.
And that's all, folks.